Hey John, Brian Dean here. What I asked you on this webinar today was so we could show you exactly how we're going to market your company and the reasons behind it. So if at any point you have a question or whatever, please just chat it on there so I can take a look. So are we good? Can you hear me fine? Excellent. Okay. Well, I wanted to show an example that would be similar to your service. And so in this case, I'm on the Google search. You can see the Google here, correct? Excellent. Okay. So in this case, if somebody Googled HVAC Tulsa, this is what would pull up in that search. Okay. Um, for the record, does HVAC apply to you specifically? Okay, I thought so too, and that is a search that people are searching for. That's why people are paying ads here. These ads are referred to as pay-per-click ads or search engine ads, sponsored link ads, and Google says about 48% of the people that would search a term like this would actually click on one of these. Okay, 48%. The other 52% are down here somewhere. And so almost even, but this a little more credit down here, but still the top portion is very successful. They also indicate, Google that is, indicates that 85% of the people that click on one of these, as well as one of these, are going to end up here, 85%. Now, it's a growing segment, but about 8% of the population currently will search directly here. Okay, they will bypass the all and just skip to maps, which is this portion, except for it would lose all the other stuff. Okay, and here's why. People want to know what people are saying about them. Just having an online brochure isn't enough anymore. It used to be, but now it's not. People want to see what your relevancy is. So it's very important that people are thinking and talking about your company differently than they are other people. And so it's vitally important to make sure that you're getting lots of reviews, that the reviews are consistent. So unfortunately, a lot of people they know they need some reviews, so they go out there and they ask all their friends and relatives, workers, neighbors, and in a short period of time, say a few days to a month, they'll get a bunch of reviews. Nothing before and nothing after. Well, the consumers are very savvy and they realize that that looks fishy. In addition to that, there's zero opportunity for you to grow here because Google is also savvy. They're actually more savvy than the consumer shopping, and they are looking for somebody who is steady in delivering reviews as well as traffic to the listing sites. They're also savvy to what's happening outside of the listing sites. Who's talking about you? Are people talking about you on social media? Are news organizations talking about you? And so on and so forth. And whoever's being talked about the most will grow here. Not overnight. It takes approximately anywhere from 3 to 6 months. We always say 6 months is kind of the go-to place, especially if you're kind of new in this area. It's going to take some consistency to drive up there. Okay, so in our plan, which is what I believe separates us from the competition, is we want to focus on all three areas. So the first thing we want to do is get ads up here, and those can happen relatively quickly. And what we're going to do is get you here on dozens of terms, if not multiple dozens of terms, as much as your budget allows. Obviously, the higher the budget that you have, the more often you'll appear here. It also gives us flexibility if somebody new comes in the area and increases their willingness to pay, outbid you. It gives us a little flexibility to increase there. So if we deal with a limited budget, it's going to limit the amount you're here and how often you're going to be seen. But whatever that budget is, we're going to try and get you there as often as possible. The second part that we're going to do is come down here into this area, and we're going to release a bunch of social content, as well as utilize news organizations to distribute articles that will include your name and things like that in the article itself. We're doing that for a few reasons. One, we want it to grow here in the organic search. We don't win everyone that we apply for here, but we're consistent, and each month we're delivering new ones to grow organically somewhere else on the search engines. But two, we also realize that in those articles we are including the citations from your Google Maps. So Google algorithm they look for matching content. And so by having people hitting your review site, by reading your reviews, by doing reviews, sharing these reviews out to your social media, as well as having high profile websites like ABC, Fox, CW, business journals, things of that nature. High credibility goes with those websites because they're highly trafficked websites and they're recognized by name. Also lends a lot of credit towards Google. And so what Google's going to do is all those things happen, and they're happening every day, and they're happening every month, that over a period of time you start outperforming all the competition. So there are some other algorithms that determine here, obviously location. If I type in Tulsa, I'm not going to get, Owasso, which is in Tulsa County, but I'm probably not going to get theirs, okay? I'm not going to get in that search because they're 25 miles down the road. Or if I'm in Owasso, I'm not going to get somebody who's in Tulsa to pull there. So that is a factor in the algorithm. But other factors are traffic, people talking about you, things of that nature. So at times we see somebody who's 1.5 miles further from where the search is actually done appearing first, or at least in this 3-pack. And that's what this is referred to as the 3-pack. Getting you to this 3-pack is significant. Let me tell you why. Let's say somebody from Air Solutions. Okay, there's several different factors that come here. But let's say somebody saw an Air Solutions TV commercial, or somebody handed them a business card for Air Solutions, and they're actually in the service. And they visited the website, they've learned about what the company is and where they're located and all that. But they come here, which research, not only by Google, but Harvard Business Studies showed as well, that the large majority of people are going to come here. If they come here and they see a 3.2 stars, okay, and right above it is 2 other companies that have a higher star count. But not only is it a higher star count, they have significantly higher amount of reviews, okay? So the chances of these review marks being more secure, more validated is significantly higher, right? Because at this point, you could get 1 point or 1 more 5-star review and it would significantly change this. However, if I get 1 more 5-star review here, it's going to have very little impact. And the vice versa, if I get a 1-star, very little move on the dial. It's going to be more consistent. So I can rely that 246 reviews and a 4.5 star, I can feel pretty secure that I'm going to get a pretty solid experience based on testimony, okay? So there could be somebody, all these marketing dollars that this company did might have actually drove somebody to try one of these companies out. Does that make sense? Good, good. So these studies indicate that they're talking with these companies, and by just raising their star count a half to 1 full star, so in this case 3.7 to 4.2, that company would see somewhere between a 5 and 8% increase to their bottom line. Okay, so that's significant for most companies, 5 to 8%. Now, here's what's interesting about that. that's for companies that already appear here, like Air Solutions. But what if your company doesn't appear here? So getting your company listed in the 3-pack would be significantly higher than 5 to 8%. Okay, and that's our goal. So within 6 months of you coming on board here, we're looking to get you right here in your particular town. Okay. So once again, ads here, working on getting you reviews here. We have a total system for that. But in addition to trying to get you reviews here, we're trying to get Yelp reviews. If you are part of Home Advisor, we try and get you reviews there as well. Let's see if there's any yellow pages or anything. Same with Angie's List. If you have an account with them, we'll help promote those areas. And here's why. These when you search the term HVAC Tulsa, there's 1.5 million plus websites competing for it. Google says these 10 are the most important. These are the most likely. Well, that's based on traffic and the content that's on those websites. Well, 3 of those 10 are, and the top 2 are review listing sites. So that means people are going directly to Home Advisors, or they're going directly to Yelp.com before they're going to Brian's Heat and Air. Okay? So if you, again, their algorithms work very similar to Google. Traffic, location, and what people are saying about you out in the real world is what's going to help drive you up in those search engines. So if somebody clicked on Home Advisor or Yelp in this case, we are going to drive them, hopefully drive more reviews there. So you could appear there. In the event, it's like a yellowpages.com and stuff. We're also going to look at those keywords that they're typing in on yellowpages.com to drive ads there, so at least people see you and give your company a shot. And then the press releases. Here's what's cool about press releases and articles that may be distributed, as well as social content. It gives you the opportunity to share other things on your social media, your Facebook, your Twitter account. So as we're talking with a lot of companies, they really struggle with this. And unfortunately, what happens is sometimes companies, by releasing content on their Facebook page, actually hurts how many people see them. Because Facebook has an algorithm to see how often an individual engages with your content, meaning like, share, comment, or click. They have to do one of those 4 functions. And so if you're posting every day and it's not content that people are engaging in, eventually you drop off their Facebook feed. Even though they liked your page, they're no longer even have the ability to see your ads unless they go, or your post, unless they physically seek out your page and go there. And Facebook says that 80% of those that like your page never visit your page again. Never, ever. So if we're to believe that 80% never visit your actual Facebook page again, how often do you think the 20% that are? And so the answer to that is most likely once, maybe twice, outside of people that work for your organization or closely associated with it. So a large majority of people depend on the post to stay informed. So if you're just posting content about the best ways to keep your air condition clean and people aren't engaging in it, eventually they're never even going to see those posts. But here's what's ironic. If you're posting reviews that you got a 5-star review, guess what your friends and associates and stuff like that tend to do? They tend to like it. They tend to share and comment on those things. If somebody saw an article that was written about you on Fox, for example, a Fox affiliate website or something, and it was posted and it mentioned you in the article, people tend to think that's pretty cool. And so those closest to you, employees, are going to share it and like it. Your close business associates are going to give you kudos. So it's very likely that they're going to share on those things. So, but again, if more traffic are going into those things, it's going to lend credit to you growing organically. Okay, so so what makes us unique? Our turnkey solution here is we're not fixated on one part of these. We realize all three of these are huge for you to grow. We also understand that social media is a significant piece of the marketing pie today. And so by doing these things, we're also providing content for you to share on Facebook. And so it really helps validate you. So if people are actually looking at your organization and they're wanting to know more about it, they're going to see people are saying good things about you here. They're also going to see whether they look on Facebook or Twitter, or maybe they find you down here in the organic search or news outlet. They are going to see that highly visible websites are looking at you as the leading expert. Okay, most agencies will focus on one particular thing. All they want is pay-per-click traffic because they can stick a couple keywords in there and a budget and hit go, and there's not a lot of attention put to it. It's just on autopilot. And although that may get you some initial clicks, your marketing is never going to outgrow this area. And our marketing is to eventually lead you to getting more for your dollar. Maybe not day one because we're just starting on it, but eventually when you grow in this area, it allows us the opportunity to spend less money on this term and apply those funds somewhere else that you don't currently appear, or maybe you'd appear with more frequency. The other thing is by you appearing there, that other people's marketing dollars may actually push people to you, right? And so we really want you to dominate this area. We want it to get to the point when you're dominating in this area. By the time people get savvy to it, you're uncatchable because you're constantly adding to it. So they may be able to increase their game, but it's going to make it very difficult. For example, if Airco was using our system, they may have another 100 or 200 people on here, and they're still adding dozens of people every month. And so obviously we can see they have a lot of trucks over here. So every day they're in contact with people that could be filling people out here. Our system's a little different than just asking people as you're leaving if they would go online and fill out a review. This is a little bit different than that. Ours is asking if they would recommend you on their phone or email. And we recommend for a reason. If somebody had a negative experience or a not so great experience, we really don't want to push them to write a review. What we do want to encourage them to do is tell us no, and when they do, it moves to customer service and ask them, first and foremost, sorry to hear that you had a negative experience. Could you give us a little feedback on it? This is good for two reasons. It helps you correct a wrong if there's a true wrong. It helps you train staff and improve your customer service. There may be things that you're doing that you're not even aware of that people perceive as a negative, sometimes that's just the way you shake a hand or say hello. So we want to make sure that we give them an opportunity to be vented and here, hopefully prevent them from going on review sites and leaving negative comments. Keep in mind, people that have a negative experience, whether it's legit or not, are 12 times more likely to fill out a review form. I think it's actually higher, but statistically, that's what it has been proven in multiple surveys. So, I hope all this makes sense. Just out of curiosity, Don, if your company appeared in these ads, do you see a benefit of 48% of those individuals at least have the opportunity to click on? Do you see that as being a benefit? Excellent. And if you appeared in these sites with reviews that are positive and you ranked higher, do you see that as being a benefit? Excellent. And what if there was some articles that were down here that mentioned you from, I don't know, like your local news affiliate or national news affiliate, or I shouldn't say affiliate, but national news accounts, or neighboring state cities? It'd be a benefit, right? And if you had those contents to share out to social media, that wouldn't stink either, right? Excellent. Okay. And if, of course, you appeared here, you would see that as a benefit. Great. What benefit do you think you'd get if those things were happening for your company? Okay. Yeah. John, I think you're correct too. I think every business is about numbers. The more people you reach, and the more opportunities, the more people that see you, the more likelihood you are to get that business. And if what they're seeing isn't just seen, but is a very positive outlook on your business, people saying things, customers saying great things about you, and news outlets reporting on you, I think that's a significant thing that people would want to see. Um, and that would increase the chances percentage wise of them actually calling you. So, anyways, that's the overview of what we're doing marketing. I do want you to keep in mind this is just one search term. Again, this is most likely going to be multiple dozens, if not hundreds, of different search terms that people may be looking for. It could just be heating companies, Tulsa. It could be uh, air conditioned repair. It could be an emergency, a hot heater tank repair, or whatever it could be. But there could be dozens, if not multiple dozens or hundreds of different searches. This is just one example, right? And so in those other search terms, again, we're going to be trying to get you down here, and we'll try and get you up here. And all of that will lend to here in these particular searches that actually pull up the 3-pack. Make sense? Awesome. Well, I know you needed to get back with your partners on that. Hopefully this makes more sense. I just want you to know that you can get in touch with me at any time. And, don't feel free to shoot an email or give me a call. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you or your partners might have. Okay? Excellent. Well, again, appreciate you meeting up with me, and let me know how we can help. Okay? Very good, my friend. Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.